Hello, it's Fabio Malaspina with Patriots on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie a bugger zonker fly. Hope you enjoy the video and we'll see you next week.
Okay, we're gonna tie a crossover between a woolly bugger and a zonker that's also imitate an emerald shiner baitfish. So I already put hook on my vise. This is a Gamakatsu B10S size 6. You can tie this up to size 2, I'm guessing. I put a 532 gold bead on the hook already. I'm going to use some olive 140 UTC thread. I'm going to lay a base of thread along the hook shank. Like so. I'm going to cut the tag off. I'm going to grab a few strands of pearl crystal flash. I have them here. I'm going to make these about the length of the hook shank, or the hook if you prefer. I'm going to fold these over. I'm going to keep them over the hook shank. I don't want them to rotate around. And again, as I said, I'm going to keep these about, the length of the hook. Then I'm going to get a piece of white rabbit strip. I'm going to fold it around the hook shank, and then I'm going to secure it with a few thread wraps, like so. Then I'm going to get a piece of crosscut rabbit fur. Again, this is white as the tail. I'm going to secure the rabbit over my hook shank. I'm going to bring my thread around close to the bead. And I'm going to palmer the cross-cut rabbit along the hook shank. And I'm going to stop right behind the bead. Then I'm going to go over with my thread and lock this white rabbit strip in place. I'm going to cut the excess. I'm going to make a few more turns to make sure that that rabbit doesn't move away on me. So now we got the tail, we got the crystal flash, we made the body. Now I'm going to make a dubbing loop. Maybe 2 or 3 inches. Here's my dubbing loop. I hope you can see that. I'm going to get my dubbing spinner. Here it is. I'm going to insert that into that dubbing loop, like so. I'm going to apply some dubbing wax on my thread. I am going to get a couple of inches of olive, or an olive rabbit strip. Like so. I'm going to stretch and pull these rabbit fur so it's sort of 90-degree off the hide. I'm going to insert the hide in my dubbing loop. I'm going to hold it in place with my finger here, with the index finger on my left hand. And I want to reach in with my scissors and gently I'm going to cut the hide off. Already, like so. You know, if you want, you can spread it out a little. You can adjust the length. Then I'm going to hold the loop with my index finger on my left hand and then spin the dubbing twister a few times. And that's going to cause the, you know, the rabbit fur to flare out. I'm going to get my ice cream stick with Velcro on it. I'm gonna see if I can pull some of these fibers off that may have been, some of the fur that may have been trapped. And then I'm going to palmer it right behind the bead. And as I do that, every time I make a loop, I'm gonna pull that fur backwards. Like so. Okay, so now I can go over my dubbing loop with my thread a couple of times. I can cut the dubbing loop off like so. Make a few thread wraps right on behind the bead. And then I'm gonna get my whip finisher and whip finish the fly. And I can cut my tag end off. Then I'm gonna get my beat up toothbrush here, and I can brush all the rabbit fur so it sort of blends in together. And again, it's folding correctly towards the back. Okay, and now you have the final result. Again, this is a crossover between a Zonker and a woolly bugger, sort of to imitate an emerald shiner. So hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.